Hi guys, this is Liz Canada from Sleeklens. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on the Forever Thine wedding workflow. This workflow is basically aimed at wedding photographers who might have a couple hundred, more, even 1,000 photographs they've taken at a wedding, and they need to sort through them and do some quick edits. So what I'm going to be showing you in this tutorial is how to use the workflow to turn some of your images black and white. You'll find that some images just look better in black and white, or they really lend themselves to being black and white. So I have a photograph pulled up and I'm going to go ahead and start, and I'm going to go down to, so I have my Forever Thine presets open, and if you scroll all the way to the end of the presets, you'll see where we have all these wedding presets. And you're going to go down until you go to the wedding black and white presets, and here you're going to find a whole bunch of different tones of black and white. There's a sepia. You're going to find different, contrasts and whatnot. So for this one, I'm going to go ahead with the old school, which is kind of a basic black and white. And I'm going to go ahead and just put another preset. I'm going to stack one right on top. So I'm going to go for a polish preset, and I'm going for the sharpen. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to use a vignette. So for this one, I'm using the Black Dreamy vignette. And then the last thing I'm going to do is put another polish preset on top. And I'm going for the high contrast. So basically all I did was stack 4 presets onto each other. I've changed the photograph, obviously. So it's kind of a quick edit, helps you get through all those photographs, and this photograph just looks really nice in black and white with the contrast. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to another photograph now. So for this photograph, as you can see, it's really underexposed in certain areas. So we're going to go ahead and bring those areas out and bring some of that detail back in. So the first thing I am going to do for this one as well is go down to the black and white wedding presets, and for this one I'm using Ivory. And I'm going to go ahead and put that same polish sharpen preset on here as well. And I'm going to go and I'm also going to put a base preset on here, and I'm using the base fade in. So that, as you can see, has kind of lightened up some of the shadows here and brought out a little bit more detail in the background. So now I'm going to go to my brushes, and I'm going to open my Forever Thine wedding brushes, and I'm looking for the Fix Underexposed. And what I'm going to do with this brush is I'm going to use this basically just right around the bride's face to kind of bring out some of her features. So I am going to turn the exposure up a little bit on this brush, and as well as I'm going to turn the shadows up too. So I'll zoom in so you guys can actually see that. So I can change the exposure here, and I'm going to bring it up a little bit, and I brought the shadows up as well, just so you get a little more detail in her face. So here's the before and the after. So the black and white just adds a little bit. We've added some contrast, brought out the detail that was hiding in the shadows, and now you can really see the detail in her face as well. All right, and I have a third photograph here. So as you can see, this photograph is really underexposed. It's a really nice photograph. It's just very dark. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to go, before I change the exposure on here, I'm actually going to apply the black and white preset that I want to use for this. So for this one, I'm using the Stardust. And then I'm going to open my Basics tab here, and I'm going to tweak this preset a little bit by upping the exposure. And I'm going to put the shadows up just a little bit as well. And I'm going to go ahead and put that same polish preset with the sharpen on here. And the last bit I'm going to do here is I'm going to use a brush, And I'm using the same brush I did before. I'm using the Fix Underexposed brush. And I'm just going to be using that on the couple here just to add a little bit more light to them. And I'm going to go ahead and bring the exposure up just a little bit on that brush, as well as the contrast and the shadows. And then I'm going to hit new, and I'm just going to kind of use it a little bit more on the background of the wall here where the light is coming in, and just once more over them. Right, so here's the before. It's really underexposed. So we've transferred it to black and white, and we've really brought out the light and the detail and just made it overall a little bit better. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial on how to use this workflow to make your images black and white, and hopefully you'll be able to use it for yourself.